my producer. Pull from the hip, 4/5, I'm the shooter. Dog, I do ya. But the two don't discriminate, cause I shoot the guy next to ya. I can see right through.
Me being a Martin Luther King guy, if you say Benny White, it brings up emotions. But every time we talk to a Doughboy, I hear the same name. Talk about Canada, your progression, and what he meant to you.
Coach Canada was a big part. Like, cause I knew Canada when I was younger. He used to come to my middle school games and do everything to even convince my mama to go on the east side. So with Canada, my senior year, he took me from my mama's house. He said, "You're not about to stay here this state run." I had to live with Coach Canada the whole state run. I only can go home on the weekends. So Canada made me stay with him. We had to watch film. We had to break it down. And Canada used to always blame everything on me. I'm like, I'm not even a top player. How are you blaming it on me? But when we sat and watched film, I used to sit at his house Monday through Friday. I had to ride to school with him, everything. So I just got everything. And Canada is like a really big part. Canada is like my kid's godfather. So that's our part. Like even before I went to Wayne State, I had a lot of offers on the table or whatever, but Canada, I was listening to Coach Canada. He told me he kept being patient. My senior year, Canada grew his hair out. And he said, "I'm not cutting my hair until you commit to a school." Because my goal is I told people, I'm going to get you to a 4-year school and you're going to go to school. So he had hair all over his face until I committed to go to a school. But yeah, Coach Canada was a big part of my life. Like
everybody, we back with the I Ain't Heard That podcast. Appreciate everybody tuning in. And again, if you're new around here, please subscribe, share, and like, comment. We got a new interview today. Go ahead and turn it over to Marvin.
I'm gonna take the honor on this, man. That's my little brother, man. State champ, Wayne State, Mr. Wayne State, Mr. Eastside, and a true point guard, Deon Dismuke. What's up, bro?
What's up? You all right?
Yeah, appreciate you coming on with us, man.
Yeah.
Well, I start off with the first question. I always ask my fellow Doughboys this: why Persian?
All right, why Persian? Well, I was from the west side. I wasn't even from the east side. So I was coming to Persian because from Reach. I started at Reach when I was young. So, like, everything was the east side. But my mom wasn't going to let me go to Persian. That was off top. I wasn't going to Persian. Coach Canada had to convince her that it was another school, Tech. So that's the only way that I could go to Persian, that I can go to. I have to go to Tech for me to go to Persian. So Waddell, Canada, they both tried to convince her, but Persian was out the mix. I was either going to Renaissance or a school over there because I had to travel from the west side all the way to the east side. So it was a convince, man, to my mama.
It's ought to be well worth it for you to come to the east side for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
It seemed to be worth it because tell us about that 26-1 season. I mean, that's phenomenal. And anybody that knows anything about the PSL knows go 26-1.
Right. So basically, we won the city that year too. We won the city and the state. So we really won all the awards because Knicks won Mr. Basketball that year. So we won every award that was given out for basketball, from Knicks winning that, and then the state championship and the city championship. When we shouldn't have lost. We lost to Southeastern actually on a buzzer beater. So and they cheated us with that. So we really were supposed to be undefeated. It never went. We supposed to have the best history at Persian ever. Like that season was just crazy. From losing my junior year in the state championship and then coming right back for my senior year. So it was a hell of a run for the state championship that year.
So Diallo, you think you losing the prior year helped you build and mentally know what you need going forward to win it all?
Yeah, so my junior year when we lost, we made it to the state championship, but we lost bad. So when we got back, it was the same. It was easier. So we already knew what we had to do. We already knew the cameras was gonna be there, so that wasn't really nothing. The junior year was something different because we never had, even though like our games, like if you weren't there at 4:00, you wasn't getting in Persian gym. It was over with. You wasn't getting in. So my senior year when it came, it was just easy. Everything was just smooth sailing. Canada was smooth sailing. Me and Canada had an understanding, so it was just easy. It was easier for us that year.
So let me ask you this then, Diallo. How was it playing with Keith and Knicks? I know Keith being younger than you, and then Knicks being the same grade as you, man, and Mr. Basketball and
Yeah.
future Mr. Basketball, man. How was you able to control that team, and like how was it actually playing with them?
Well, Coach Canada helped me a lot with that. Like a lot of people don't know, my senior year I had to live with Coach Canada. So with Keith and Knicks, I got Knicks to come to Persia. Actually, I don't know if nobody ever knew that story. Me and Knicks played with the family our whole way. So I told him to come because he was going to Southeastern. So me and Knicks already had a bond. And with Keith, my senior year, my sophomore year, when you was there, your senior year, Keith moves up. So me and Keith already had an understanding, and I already knew what they was about. They can do whatever they want to do. So I just basically had to hold it down and make sure everything stay steady and go straight. And I knew where it took to win because my junior year I started when we went to the state championship. So I already knew what the mix to get Keith going. And then Knicks was new. So by Nick's senior, he understood the process of what we need to do to win because we already been there before. So it wasn't hard. The senior was a smooth sailing for me actually.
But let me ask you this though: you being a senior, and you got a junior who's up and rising, national ranking. How was you able to take a backseat to your pride? Because I know that sometimes you probably was thinking like, shoot, I should be shooting that shot, or I should be doing this, man. Explain your mental capacity with that, because you know a lot of people would not have been mentally strong enough to be able to do that.
Right. So with Keith, it was easy. It was basically let Keith do his thing. Just let him do his thing, and let us just come in and help him to basically what he do. Because Keith was the best player. Keith was the best player. So now we just got to figure out how we can make it hard for Keith. Let's challenge Keith some type of way. So my senior year, we'd be like, all right, let me see if you can go out and get 30 in the first half. That's my challenge. Can you do it or not? You the best player. We already know you good. So we'd make little side bets. Like, all right, let's see what you can do. So that's my way of challenging him. Like, all right, you ain't do it this half. So what you gonna do next half? So, but most of the times we always beat everybody by 20, 30 points. So it was basically how we could challenge ourselves to move forward with that. So with Keith, it would just let him do his thing and let everything go. Just we'd play through him if that's what you need us to do. So yeah.
Okay. Well, back it up a little bit, because now you're a freshman, you're walking into Persian. Persian has this great history. Everybody, it's well documented. I mean,
Yeah.
killers have come out of Persian. As a freshman, you're walking through those doors. How do you feel?
All right, my freshman, a lot of people don't know, my sophomore year, I told Coach Cannon I was ready to transfer. It was too many guards, and coming out of 8th grade, I was like top 5 with my class. So all of them was playing varsity, so I had to play JV my first year. So I'm like, I'm just as good as them. I play with them. I can do whatever they doing. So why I got to play JV? And it was my senior year. Skip Noon was there. Petey was there. I was a freshman, and I was like, man, I might as well just go to another school because basically this ain't gonna be it for me. Y'all got it. Then when Dante transferred in, Sammy was there. I was like, oh nah, this ain't for me. I'm good. But Canada sat me down and said, nah, just stay and we gonna work it out. But I was ready to go. I wanted to go to Orchard Lake with everybody else. I'm gonna go to Orchard Lake where I know I can play. Now I'm already playing JV, so I'm like, nah. I felt bad because I'm watching other people who was in my grade playing varsity. Like, I don't know if I remember Rio. Rio played for Redford. Redford, he started in 9th grade. I'm like, I just beat Rio in 8th grade. So how is he playing 9th grade varsity and I'm playing JV? So it was hard for me to take that transition. It was really hard.
All right, I'm gonna fast forward. You win the state, y'all win the well. First of all, y'all win the cities, and then y'all win the states, man. Explain your emotions there, man, because like you said, you was there from the bumpy rides when you played with me, and we didn't win no city. We lost in the cities, and we got blew out, and we didn't make it to the states either. So, fast forward, what is your mindset when you finally win El City first, and then when you win the state second?
So my senior, I knew he was the best team. I knew it was the best team, and I'm like, ain't no way we should lose the game because Knicks was on board with everything, how everything was going. We had Keith, and then the role players with Dennis who hit shots. I remember Ben was hitting shots. So I'm like, man, we straight. But my senior year, it was just a coast. We was just blowing everybody out. So it was just like everything just came easy. It was just natural from my junior year. Because my junior year, we lost in the city. Eric Evans was destroyed us and won the city that year. And we were still solid. And I'm like, man, I don't know what we got to do. So I asked Canada, like, what we got to do to win? Because we got all this talent, but we not winning nothing. We was losing. Even yo year. I remember I just got moved up to varsity. We lost to De La Salle, got blew out. De La Salle was like, I'm like, man, ain't no way we should keep losing. We got the best talent. So Canada just helped me out and showed me how easy to go with all the talent around.
Okay, well, me being a Martin Luther King guy, if you say Benny White, it brings up emotions. But every time we talk to a doughboy, I hear the same name. Talk about Canada, your progression, and what he meant to you.
Cause Canada was a big part. Like, cause I knew Canada when I was younger. He used to come to my middle school games and do everything to even convince my mama to go on the east side. So with Canada, my senior year, he took me from my mama's house. He said, "You're not about to stay here this state run." I had to live with Coach Canada the whole state run. I only can go home on the weekends. So Canada made me stay with him. We had to watch film. We had to break it down. And Canada used to always blame everything on me. I'm like, I'm not even a top player. How are you blaming it on me? But when we sat and watched film, I used to sit at his house Monday through Friday. I had to ride to school with him, everything. So I just got everything. And Canada is like a really big part. Canada is like my kid's godfather. So that's our part. Like even before I went to Wayne State, I had a lot of offers on the table or whatever, but Canada, I was listening to Coach Canada. He told me he kept being patient. My senior year, Canada grew his hair out. And he said, I'm not cutting my hair until you commit to a school. Because my goal is I told people, I'm going to get you to a 4-year school and you're going to go to school. So he had hair all over his face until I committed to go to a school. But yeah, Coach Canada was a big part of my life. Like it still is. So yeah, Canada played a really big role in my life.
No, you definitely to go for sure. So let me ask you this: what was your favorite team? Who was your favorite team you loved to play against in high school? I know, like for me, it was always Osborne. Man, I just used to love playing Osborne just because of that 7-mile rivalry. But who did you enjoy playing in high school?
Finney. I love to play Finney. Finney, the greenhouse was crazy. Like greenhouse that was like something different. They had dances before we come to floor slippery. Finney was something else. Finney would do everything to try to beat us. And I remember Canada used to, they didn't even give us time to warm up. Canada used to have to call timeouts for us to do jumper jacks at Finney so we can warm up. Because Finney tried to find every type of way to beat us. And you had to play them twice. So yeah, Finney was the best team to play. It was Finney and then Southeastern. Southeastern, when Mark White got there, it was something different.
Now, it's funny that you said that because I remember my senior year, I didn't get a chance to play at Finney, but by far that was probably the hypest, biggest game I've ever been to, man. And it was so crazy because at the time, 105.9 threw him a dance.
Yeah.
And I mean, it had to be like 700 students. I'm exaggerating, but it had to be like 700 people in the gym.
Yep.
Yeah, they said Persian people can't get in.
Yeah, Persian fans couldn't come. You remember that?
They turned the Persian fans away. They had Finney people behind our bench, behind us, the whole gym Finney. And I never forget this. He was a football player because he had his jersey on. He had a football in his hand.
Yeah.
He stood up at the timeout and just started yelling, "Who's Greenhouse?" And just started jumping up and down. Man, you couldn't hear. And Doug was trying to call plays, but he couldn't call plays because we couldn't hear him.
Yeah.
It was crazy at Finney, man.
I remember my sophomore year with Larry and them. It was crazy. Remember, they whole team came to the captain's huddle. Remember that?
Yeah, that's when Mikey and Cavado jumped in our huddle. We had to fight everything.
Yeah. I'm like, man, it's Eastside, something different. I'm like, man, what did I sign up for? This was crazy. That was something crazy. Yeah, that was
for the record. I had 2 nephews playing on the Finney team. Marlon Lewis, my nephew.
Oh, okay.
TJ. I had 2. I was at those games, and I remember fans.
Yeah. Floor used to be slippery and everything. They didn't even clean the floor off. They didn't even clean the floor.
Man, care they want to win at any means necessary.
Yeah.
All right, I got another one for you. Best player you played with and against in high school?
Best player I played with? That's a hard one. I'm gonna say Keith, the best player I played with.
Played with?
Yeah, Keith was.
And who the best player you played against?
On the circuit, I'm gonna say Kendall Marshall.
Kendall Marshall.
Kendall Marshall was nice.
I thought you were gonna throw Mimi in there, man. Mimi gonna be mad at you for not saying.
Oh yeah. I ain't win with him though. I ain't win with them. I couldn't win. I couldn't win with him.
You was funny for that one.
Okay, so staying in the high school, but I know the family also was a big part. I want to ask you. I have to steal my question back from Big Skip.
Okay.
AAU or high school ball, helping people get to college, which one do you think is more influential?
I'm gonna say it's 50-50. I heard y'all ask Dante this question. It's 50-50 to me because, like, with the family, I play with all top players with the family. But I feel like with AAU, that's where you get noticed at. But then during the season, that's where the colleges come and look at you during high school. So they only can see you one time with the summertime. But you playing with all people who can play. So it's like, all right, let me see how you fit in with a system when you got to play somebody. So I think it's like 50-50. You have to perform on both levels, not just AAU. You got to be able to perform in high school too, because AAU is a hit or miss. You can score 50 at AAU and then come back down. You have a down year after you score that 50 in high school. So now how the college coach gonna look at you now? Like, if you score 50 here, but now as a system, how can you do it? Why you not doing it in the same thing? You playing with less talent. So, yeah.
That's always been my thing. You can stack a team at AAU, but high school, your team is your team.
Right.
Okay, so now let's compare that to camps, like, 5-star, Metro Index, and then AAU, because AAU has pretty much killed the camps.
Yeah.
What's your feeling on that?
I think camps is about the same. Camps and AAU is the same to me. Like, because you can destroy a camp, but if you can destroy these top players, why are you not destroying your high school level? You see what I'm saying? So it don't make sense. How you able to destroy top players, but you just can't destroy people that's in their backyard playing, trying out for a team. It don't make sense. These people, when you come back to high school, they're not playing to play in college. They just playing to play. So why are you not destroying them the way you destroyed this camp or you destroyed this AAU game? So I feel like you got to be able to balance it out with both. We'll balance it out, yeah.
Religion, education, athletic, character, hope. Reach, man. Explain how important Mark Webster was to you.
Oh, yeah. Coach Mark was big. And I'm not going to lie, I left Reach to go play with the family. So I feel like Reach started everything for me. Reach started to help me develop everything. Reach the reason I went to Persian and played for Persian. That's the reason I did that. If I didn't go to Reach, I wouldn't knew Coach Canada or Waddell or nothing like that. So Reach helped me. I feel like for me to take my game to a different talent was to go to the family because they was top players over here. Reach was backyard players, but it was teaching you everything, discipline, everything. So it felt bad for me to leave Reach, and I always wanted to come back, but I just didn't know how to come back to Reach because I feel like I left on a bad term for us. Like when I left Reach when I was like 13 because Mook was my best friend. What's wrong with it? So Mook was like, yeah, Reach cool, but we over here, we going to Peace Jam, we doing this, we getting shoes, we getting all this. And Reach was only going to local tournaments at the time. Reach wasn't going to Peace Jam. Reach wasn't going to all that type of stuff. So it was like, man, all right, I'm going to go to the family just because I see it was better players. But Reach taught everything, man. Reach was a really big part, especially Coach Mark. I used to stay with Coach Mark, too, all the time. So Coach Mark played a really big part in my life, too, with that.
You ain't know how to do it, Deon, so it's funny because, I went through the same thing.
Yeah.
But I always made sure if Reach had a turn, and Speedy knew that. If Reach had a tournament,
yeah,
the family had a tournament, I'm rolling with Reach because I was just always loyal. And then how Mark is. I'm your family.
Yeah.
I'm your family. So I had no.
But you remember when Canada took over, it wasn't no flip-flopping. You're going to play for one team, and this is the team you're going to stick with. When Canada took over, it was really on the job. You ain't no going to play a Reach this tournament because the family ain't got to. Nah, you're going to stick it out. You got to deal with the team you chose to pick. Because I remember Canada my sophomore year. Remember we used to have summer meetings. He'd be like, who you going to play AAU with? You remember that?
I must have been gone because this was the thing, too, with that. you're right about that, and because I tried to lead a family and go play with the Hurricanes because they want to play the ball.
Yeah.
And man, I don't know how he got to the camp, but he was like, "No, they ain't." Like, no, like I heard you. No, and I'm like, "What are you doing here?" Like,
yeah. Because you remember Knicks used to play with the Hurricanes and all that. When Knicks got to Persian, Canada said you're gonna pick one team and that's who you're gonna play with throughout the summer. You're not about to flip flop no teams. So once you picked your team, you had to stay with that team.
So yeah, it was different.
Craig.
Yeah.
Producer. All right. Can we get one episode without him crying about not getting the ball? These big men be killing me, man. He cry every episode about not getting the ball.
Man,
no, but Skip saying your senior, you got the ball all the time.
No, we talk about AU wise, man. You know, I played with K. Move Manny and all them. I used to come back.
Yeah, you couldn't get the ball because you was playing with Kayla and them and Darrell. No, they weren't passing.
Did you know that Deon, he missed a tournament hiding because they wouldn't give him the ball? Yep. Did you know that story?
No, I ain't know that one. But I that's Skip though. He probably did
that. I missed the King James tournament.
Yeah.
Speedy called me, I ain't answer. Smoke called me, I ain't answer. A Dub called me, I ain't answer. They called my mama. She looking for me. I'm down there at my Uncle Snow house hiding.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, okay, I love when we have point guards on the show because point guards, we're on another level mentally.
Yeah.
So explain to me how, like for us, when I played the King, Kettering wasn't good. They weren't good. But every year, that was like our toughest game. Why is it that your rivals, even if they ain't good, what is it about that competition, that game?
So look, this is my thing. I feel like Persian is like University of Kentucky. Whenever somebody play Persian, they gonna come out the weakest person ever. Like my junior year, dude, he hit Draymond didn't kill us. My man's killed us. We hit 10 threes. In my senior year, he came back. We didn't hear from him no more because he didn't play Persian. But like Osborne, Finney, everybody can hit shots when they play Persian. Every time. Like when they seen Persian, it was gonna be a tough game. It wasn't gonna be nothing easy. They wanted to be Persian because Persian was supposed to be the best team, top country, all that. So it used to be like, man, this dude ain't never hit a shot. Now he in 23s, 10 threes. So we used to be like, man, how is this happening? It was crazy. Like I always say Persian is like Kentucky though. I always say everybody want to be Kentucky in college and everybody want to be Persian. Persian can go 0-20. They still want to be Persian, so they be Persian.
And they're gonna cheat too.
Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm gonna say Duke instead of Kentucky, but go ahead.
Oh, I like Kentucky better than
Duke. Either way, we up there with Wood.
Yeah.
Tomato, tomato. We buckets and we win. You feel me?
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
So I would take that question that he said that Diallo. Do you think you had the best Persian team ever with that team? Do you think y'all can line up with with Twig and them back-to-back state teams? Like, do you think y'all had the best Persian team?
I always argue this. Twig, it was hard because Johnny Ghostman wanted to sit in state too.
Yeah.
But I feel like it wasn't a Persian team like my senior year. I don't know how we beat everybody by 20. Instead, we lost that one game. We beat everybody by 20. I don't know Twig know how they was beating people. We was beating people by 20 or more every time. Every time we stepped on the floor. So like I always said, my Persian senior year was the best team ever. Like I remember we was ranked 3rd in the country. They wanted us to go play in the Oak Hill tournament, but Michigan rules you can't go outside of Chicago. Yeah, so
it was one state over or something like that.
Yeah, we only can go to Toledo. We even went to Toledo my senior year. We went to Toledo and played William Buford in them school. Beat them by 20. But we couldn't go play in the where all the top schools go play because we was 3rd in the country that year, my senior year. But yeah, we couldn't play.
Going down on the record, I want you to say I had the best Persian team ever.
Yeah, I had the best Persian team ever.
Now you ain't say confident enough to say.
No, I know for a fact that I had the best. My senior year, we had the best Persian team ever. Like our record lined up with Twig no record, right?
Yeah, but y'all ain't go back to back though.
Yeah, we ain't go back to back. We didn't go back to back. But they didn't win the city and state back to back though, did they?
I think they lost in the cities, if I'm not mistaken, but they definitely won back-to-back states for sure.
They won back-to-back states. All right, because we lost the city. If that's the case, we went to the city and state back-to-back. My junior year,
like you said, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Sure. But they average starting 5 was 6'5". Everybody else they average was 6'5".
But high school, all right, look. So do you think that high school height go down every year?
I think it do for sure.
Yeah.
I think every 5 years. I think every 5 years for sure.
Oh, I'm gonna go say every year. Height go down every year.
I can't really say that because like when I left, y'all 08 was E. Evans and them was loaded.
Yeah, I'm talking about height wise. Who was big like you? We had Knicks, and when Knicks,
okay. You talking about, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, when you saying 6'5", they were 6'5", but height gonna go down every year.
Yeah, okay, I get it now. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So before we move on to college, I want you to think about Persian, the history of Persian. Give me your best all-time starting 5 at every position.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna say for me, I'm gonna be the point guard of it because it wasn't no true point guard at Persian. We could say K Fielder, but
Big
K. We talk about Big K because Little K was a scoring point guard.
True.
He had to score. He had to score on that team.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm gonna always say me because I don't know no other point guard won a city and state in my year. None. But 2, I'm gonna go with Keith. Keith was nice. Keith was nice. Keith was nice. But it's between Keith and Dale though. Mimi was crazy too.
People don't give Mimi his credit, man. Mimi was a bad boy.
I say it all the time, man. If Dale ain't go to Western, he might be a pro. He just went to the wrong school. He went to the wrong school because Dale and Draymond was neck and neck. Dale and Draymond was neck and neck coming out of high school.
Right.
He just went. Dale went to Western, and I think that was the wrong school for him to go to. But
you got you at the 1. You got Keith/Dale at the 2. Who got at 3?
3. That's hard. I don't know. It depends on how we playing. We playing like how Coach Canada playing. Or we playing like
this is starting 5, so you can go play how you want to play.
Yeah, you the coach
and a player.
3, I like it. I don't know. 3 at the 3. That's a hard one. I never seen like Winford Wharton. No, I never seen. Bad
boy.
Willie Mitchell. I never seen them like that.
Bad boy too.
Yeah. So I saw a glimpse of Willie Mitchell. So I like Willie Mitchell though. I like Willie Mitchell.
You put Willie at the 3. You can't go wrong with Mr. Basketball, McDonald's All-American. Can't go wrong.
At the 4, I like Petey.
Okay, can't go wrong with Deshaun Sims.
Yeah, he was nice. Like what I seen him do was nice.
For sure.
And at the 5, it's up in the air. But I'm gonna be loyal. I'm going with Knicks.
Got to. That's your boy.
I'm gonna go with Knicks.
Yeah. Basketball. You can't leave Mr. Basketball out.
And the way he was running, he wasn't getting the ball. Like how you say you ain't getting the ball, you gonna get the ball if you get a steal. So it's Knicks used to be asking, can he get on the front of the press? Because he can't get the ball because we gonna trap it up. So he like, man, put me at the front of it. so I can score. So he go to the front of it. So yeah, Knicks was nice. Yeah.
For sure. Okay, so Diallo, why Wayne State? And could anybody else have got you?
Yeah, my senior year recruiting was crazy. So what did I have? I had Bowling Green. I was going to Bowling Green. I had Bowling Green, and I had like Toledo and all that type of stuff. Bowling Green, I missed out, but me and Canada used to always go to Bowling Green all the time. So Bowling Green was where I wanted to go. So Wayne State called at the end. I ain't gonna lie, I was actually going to Adrian and Mark White.
Okay.
I like the Mark White. I like the way he coached. Even at Renaissance, I like the way Mark White coached. So I really wanted to go to Adrian with Mark White, but Wayne State was better for me. Coach Greer and Coach Neely was really good. Like they was really good. And I heard Dante on here talking about he won the GLIAC. We won the GLIAC too when I was at Wayne State. So
just FYI.
Yeah, we won the GLIAC too. We actually won the GLIAC at Ferris. So yeah.
Dante tapping again?
Yeah, Dante know we won the GLIAC at Ferris. He knew we won the GLIAC at Ferris. This was my sophomore year at Wayne State. We won the GLIAC at Ferris. Yeah.
Okay, I gotta throw Dante after this to toss a
Yeah, he know he won the GLIAC at first. Cut they nets on.
Wow.
Did I say no?
He said cut their nets down.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm glad you didn't go to Adrian because, like I said, there was a good looking coach at Michigan Dearborn. We beat Adrian. Funny story, we beat Adrian at Adrian, and Coach White is my guy.
Yeah.
And they gave us a guarantee and meals. Okay. And he didn't want to feed us after the game. After we beat him. He was like, he said, I gotta give you this check. He said, I gotta give you this check and feed you. He was so mad.
Yep, that was Coach White. That's Mark White. Mark White found a way to do some stuff.
He did.
That was Mark White. Yeah.
Okay,
go ahead.
Okay, so you at Wayne State, y'all win the GLIAC and everything. And a lot of people don't know. Talk a little bit about, because everybody is so caught up nowadays on, Division I. Talk a little because if people don't know, Wayne State's legit.
Yeah, and it was hard for me to have a transition at Wayne. My freshman year, I redshirted my freshman year, and I used to call it kind of like, why I couldn't go Division I? I played on the top AAU team, started on the top AAU team, top state, and he used to just break down like it's just different. You not doing what they doing, but I'm like, I done played against the top players everywhere. So Wayne State was really hard for me to transition. Like, far as like the conditioning was hard. We conditioned that Persian from like sets and all that, but Wayne State, it was like, all right, they strong, they grown man. Because I used to complain like, I just won a state championship. Ain't no way I'm about to play behind nobody, and I'm coming to Division II. But Division II talent wasn't no garbage. And the GLIAC is one of the top conferences in Division II. So, and a lot of people don't know that. Like, GLIAC is better than going low major Division I. You might as well go play Division II GLIAC and play against some better competition. So GLIAC was really tough. Like the GLIAC, like I heard Dante talking about Justin Keenan. Justin Keenan was a beast. When I first seen him my freshman year, he was a beast. So like he did that against Division I players. So I'm like, it's the same thing. But it's just the labels on it. Division II sound bad, if that makes sense. It sounds like you going to a weaker than going to, but if you rather go to Alcorn State or Wayne State. And then people look at Wayne State and say, that's Wayne State. We ride by there every day. So it's like Cleveland State. Cleveland State is like Wayne State in Cleveland. So it was like, but I used to tell people all the time, like Wayne State, you go there, but you're going to feel like you're not in Detroit. The way everything is set up with basketball, schooling, and all that, you're going to feel like you're not in Detroit. So Wayne State was really hard for me to transition to because it was just playing against grown men. You come in, it's the same with Division I. You going against grown men. So it was hard. It was hard to see. And then like when I used to see like Dante New playing, I used to be like, because I didn't play as much. And I used to be like, hey, I just played with Dante. How I can't play when he playing? And we on the same team. Ain't no way. But once you seen like in college, they break film down to the T. So it's like, all right, I see why it's different than going somewhere else. So yeah, it's a bit, but I tell people all the time, Division II is not bad. It's not bad. So if you rather go to Alcorn, I say Alcorn State or Wayne State. They just flying on planes and we on buses. That's the difference, basically. That's the big difference. So yeah.
So Deon, what did you learn going from being a man, coming off a state run to a red shirt freshman to now you in your soft second year? What did you learn through those 2 years?
That you gotta gain weight. Like you can't play at a high school level. The game was faster, people were stronger. So yeah, we did lift weights at Persian, but it wasn't as fast as the game was in college level. The college level game was fast. Yeah. So it was really hard to adjust to that. And the strength wise was different. The conditioning was different. The conditioning at Persian was on college, I'm gonna say college level caliber, but it was just different. As far as like lifting weights, waking up at 5 a.m. We used to lift weights after school. So now you want me to come lift weights at 5 a.m. All that? Ain't no way I can lift 225 at 5 a.m. So you had to adjust to that. You just had to adjust to that because in high school you can lift weights after your whole day. You good? I'm ready to lift. But at 5, it was a lot of mental. College is a lot of mental though. You got to be prepared for that. College is a lot of mental.
A lot of people don't understand either that from high school you go from 36 minutes to playing
10.
40,
To
and
10.
it's two 20-minute halves. You know what I'm saying?
And
Explain that transition.
You got TV timeouts in college, so you got to play. You got to play in spurts. So it's different. In high school, you just go into somebody call a timeout. So with college, you have to learn how to go in your spurts. So, and it was hard for like me. I played a whole game to go and play 5 minutes. So it was just hard. It was just hard. So it's a really big transition, especially as a freshman. You really have to be mentally prepared for that.
All right, Dylan, my next question for you: your most memorable college game?
My most memorable, it was a GLIAC. I'm gonna say a GLIAC tournament game to go to the semifinals. We was hosting a game in Wayne State. I think we was playing Northwood, and one of our top point guards that got fouled out, so I had to come in overtime. I remember like I done caught 2 Charlie because I'm not used to playing all these minutes. I done caught 2 Charlie horses in my leg, everything. So I'm like, man, what is going on? But it was a bad that I helped us win that game to go forward to the GLIAC like semifinals. Yeah. So yeah, that's one of my most memorable.
Well, you know, my question usually is that I ask on every show: if you could go back and change one play, do something different, what play would it be? Break it down for us.
That's a hard. For me, if I can go back, it'll be for me to be more aggressive. Like I always play timid, if you can say that, or always think a lot. I always like try to think too much of it. So one play in college, I'm gonna say in practice, like I had like a 3-on-1 break, and it was to the point that I didn't know whether to lay it up, pass, or what. But if I had more of the aggressive mentality, I would have knew to go lay it up, but we'd just deal with it later. That's my thing. So I remember that. So my thing is I would have laid the ball up other than just pass it out and get a turnover or something.
Diallo, who are some of the players you looked up to growing up, and then who are some of the players you looked up when you was in college?
Growing up, in high school, I'm gonna say I like the Dre. Dre Ricks was when I was coming, he was leaving, but because Dre played with a lot of talent too, that he had to take a backseat too.
For sure.
So Dre, it was good for me to see Dre how he did in high school, dealing with the talent he had around. Because Dre played on the top Mustangs, so he been around. He was similar to me, but Dre was a little bit more aggressive than me. Like he was just, I don't know, but Dre was just a little better. And that was one player I seen in high school to like help me. But in college, who did I like to look up to? That's a hard question. College, I'm gonna say I looked up to Dale in college because Dale was me and Dale grew up together, so I always followed him regardless. So Dale was a person that I looked up to always after our game. I'm like, let me go see what he did and how he played because I played along with him, and I'm like, I know I can do something similar to what he did, but Dale is a person I really looked up to in college.
You're in high school, you go to college. High school, everything's structured. College, hey, you know, this is your schedule. This is what time we practice. You're pretty much on your own. How does that translate into the real world now that you're out of school? How does that translate and build that discipline?
So college teach you discipline in whatever you're doing in real world. As far as like set schedule, you got to do this. And you have to be here at this time. That's like in the work world. In college, you have to be weightlifting at 5, but in the work world, you got to be at work at like 7:30, 8. If it started at 8, you might as well be there at 7:30. So college just taught you self-discipline on a lot of things that you needed to do. So college was self-discipline. College really showed me self-discipline, and you ain't got nobody there. You can do whatever you want in college. You can miss if you want to miss class if you want to miss. So, but yeah, college taught is really self-discipline to help you in the real world. Yeah.
All right, Deon, Rakiba Dismuke, aka your mom.
Yeah.
How did she play an important life in your role? I mean, I can only explain for myself, man. She did whatever was needed, man. She was at the scores table taking score. She was there after you left. I come back to games. She'll still be there. I see your mom. It's always been love from when she seen me as a young pup. So explain how important she is in your life.
So my mama, well, you know, I'm the only child. So my mama was like my best friend. Me and my mama, we could talk about anything from girls to doing this, whatever. My mama was there to pick me up when I'm down, tell me when I'm doing something wrong. So my mama was like, I'm gonna say my mama would have been, if I made the NBA, my mama would have been like Kevin Durant mama in the limelight for sure. My mama might would have been my agent because she could do whatever, talk to whoever, hype you up or whatever. And like, yeah, my mama was just something different. It was no other parent like my mama. She was involved in fundraisers, everything to the point like, dang, just chill. Like, you don't got to do this today. Like, and especially with the books. So I really didn't like her doing the books because every time you go to the score and say, well, she telling you something. Like, you know, such and such got 2 fouls. You got 2 fouls. You can't go in and do this. So, yeah, but my mama played a big part in everything. So my mama really helped me with a lot of stuff because my mama was a single parent and my mama was strong. So every time I complain, she'd be like, I don't want to hear it. You can do it. So that was just my mama off top. Like, yeah. So, yeah, she played a big part.
Okay, so this mature Deon that came out of college, did all of this. Go back and talk to that young Deon that's sitting in the room, a dark room by himself, trying to decide his future. What advice do you give him?
To be more aggressive. Like, you have to be aggressive to do, because the old Deon could have played Division I, but he was timid. Always thought a lot. Like, what happened if I do this wrong? I got to hear this. So the new Deon would have told him, like, just be aggressive and be you, be yourself. Like, I always thought how other people would think about me. That was my thing. So if I can tell the old Deon, it would be more aggressive and be more like mentally ready. My mental was bad in high school. Like, still remember, I could never make a set. Remember that? I could never make a set. I didn't try everything. I could never make a set because my mental was bad on it. So with that, it'll be more aggressive and just go ahead and be you, right? Everybody else doing their own thing, but you thinking about what's gonna happen if you do something wrong. So yeah, that's what I tell the young Deon, be more aggressive.
And I was back there with it too, Vince. I ain't made no sense. I mean, I made it probably 5 out of 4 years, to be honest.
Yeah.
These sets was all cold, man.
Yeah, those sets was ridiculous. To my senior year, we had to stop running that. Like, because I can't make it. But let's do 6-4-6s. I'm not about to make no set. Like, I'll be up there all practice. Remember that? I used to be up there with you. We just have to run. Me, you, and Gene, we just run it. Just ready to run it. And we going to save because we knew we weren't making it. So we like, all right, we already know we're going to do these laps after we make it. So we might as well save our energy for that. Because that's how bad it was. It was something, them sets was something different.
It messed with your mental for sure.
Yeah, it was really hard. It was really good.
All right, Diallo, my favorite part of the show, cut, bench, start. I'm going to give you 3 names. You got to cut one, bench one, start one.
Okay.
Damian Lillard, Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving. Cut, bench, start.
Ah, that's tough. I'm going to start Damian Lillard. I'm going to bench Kyrie, and I'm going to cut Luka.
Luka?
Yeah,
you gonna cut Luka?
That's tough, Diallo.
I like Kyrie and Dame. Dame is different.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with you with Dame for sure.
But Kyrie is different too.
Yeah, but Kyrie ain't been doing what Luka been doing recently.
Yeah, but what did Luka do? Yeah, but Kyrie is a champion too, though. Game people, winning count. We ain't seen Luka in the thick.
Yeah, how long did it take Kyrie to get to that point to be that champion? Luka, this only his what, second, third year?
Yeah, Luka's second, third year. But you think he gonna ever win, or he got to team up like Kyrie did?
At the first time Kyrie didn't really have the team, but Brian came back.
Yeah, Brian came back. So do you think Luka needs somebody like Kyrie do?
I think the way the NBA going, especially, I think ain't nobody beating them Nets in 7. I don't care what nobody said. With all three of them healthy playing, ain't nobody beating them in 7.
Lakers will beat them.
Not at 7.
You don't think so? You think they can beat Brown in 7?
Because this is the thing. AD keep being injured. You know what I'm saying?
Is he? You think he resting?
I don't know if he resting or I don't know if he really injured.
If he really injured,
I think he resting.
But the look, like, I don't know, bro. Like you said, man, when them three clicking, bro, James Harden's something different, bro. For him,
but they can't defend, and in the playoffs, it's half court.
Yeah, but if I score more points than you, I win.
Yeah, but Brown them defend in the playoffs. You don't think so?
I mean, I'm gonna say this: I'm not gonna take that championship game away from Brown enough because it's tough to win in a bubble, and it's tough mentally to win.
And then you got to turn around and play again in a whole new season. So that's why AD ain't playing.
Exactly.
Right.
What I'm saying,
they're taking breaks, right?
Yeah.
I just think when they lock and loaded with Kyrie, KD, I think it's just too much firepower. No matter, okay, you can try to stop Kyrie, but here comes James Harden 3. Then you come down, Bron and them score 2. Then they stop them and they come back down and hit another 3. That's 6 points. You only got to go.
They got to defend on the other end too, though.
I'm about to make a statement. Take it how you want to take it. No team with James Harden on is winning the championship.
I don't think so neither. James ain't gonna come in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's why you got Kyrie, because remember Brown wasn't coming up in the clutch either. But hey, Kyrie was there to put that dagger in there for sure. And KD, they both champions.
Okay. But what happened with KD getting foul trouble? You gonna lead to James and KD got to defend somebody in the Lakers against the Lakers.
But people don't give KD enough credit. He does play defense
against Anthony Davis.
Who are you gonna defend?
Yeah,
I think. I mean, we'll see. Craig, just make sure you run his back.
Hey, do you think Brooklyn gonna be Philly?
They can be Philly for sure.
You say okay?
Yeah, they got enough fire. That's what I'm saying. Listen, KD to me by far is the best scorer ever to touch the court.
Yeah, he is.
And then you got James Harden, who possibly could be top 3.
Or Kyrie the best scorer too. Kyrie, yeah. Can nobody stop Kyrie?
And let me ask you this: when they get in the clutch, when you need a basket, what you gonna go to AD, right? Or you gonna let Bron do what he do, right?
Yeah.
Who you gonna go to? All right, if you need a basket, who you going to?
Who would you pick though?
That's what I'm asking you because you the Laker fan.
I'm gonna go to KD.
If they come down on a double, right?
Yeah.
What AD got to do?
He gonna have to get open.
He gonna have to kick the ball out, right?
Oh, you saying that they double AD?
Yeah, because they're gonna double AD for sure.
Yeah.
So with that being said, they got to kick it out to Bron, right?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: if Bron get 10 shots, how many threes you think he's gonna hit?
3 or 4.
First of all, that's a loaded question. That's a loaded question because a good coach can take that pressure off of AD where you can't trap him. You know, you just bring AD out, put him in the pick and roll, run LeBron off the pick and roll. How are you trapping AD?
Yeah.
But that coach, to me, that coach has improved himself to me. I think the way they've been winning is because of LeBron and KD. They really haven't been coaching.
So you said it ain't the coaching.
Yeah, it's just my opinion. You feel
I think playoffs is different though. The playoffs is different though.
But listen to me. LeBron James went to the Eastern Conference Finals in was that 7 or 9 with that Cleveland team. I would give y'all both $100 if y'all can name that starting 5 team LeBron had on there. Can y'all name all 5 players that was on that LeBron James?
Cleveland?
Yeah.
He had Ilgauskas.
Ilgauskas.
He had West.
Yep, he had Daniel West.
LeBron.
He had Boobie Gibson.
Yeah.
Boobie Gibson.
But I don't think Boobie started though.
No, he did. What was the other little point guard that came off though?
Hey, Craig, you have to look that up, man. I think they just throwing. I don't think there was.
No, don't backpedal now.
No, I ain't gonna backpedal, but I don't think that was the starting 5 for that Eastern Conference Final team. But I'll Craig, let us talk and you look it up and let me know if it's right.
Okay, good. Because I got one more question that I wanted to ask. Okay, all-time starting 5. I got Magic at the 1, Jordan at the 2, Bird at the 3. Shaq at the 5 and Kevin McHale at the 4. Name a team that's better than that.
I'm gonna go with. You said who was your point guard? Magic Johnson.
Magic Johnson at the 1, Michael Jordan at the 2, Larry Bird at the 3, Kevin McHale at the 4, and Shaq at the 5.
I'm gonna go with Brown at the 1, Kobe at the 2, Michael Jordan at the 3. You said Kevin McHale for your 4. My 4, Kevin Garnett. No, I'm gonna take Kevin Garnett out. I'm going with Durant. Durant at the 4. And my 5, you got Shaq already. I'm gonna go with Hakeem Olajuwon.
Durant. Can't go wrong with that. Diallo,
Yeah.
if you was watching this podcast, who would you like to see on here? And if you got the plug, you got to plug us.
Deal in Germany.
Yeah, okay. Demetrius Ward.
That's who y'all need to get on. Yep. You got to find a way. It's a 6-hour, we talk all the time. It's a 6-hour time different though. So you have to do it in the morning. That's the thing. Yeah.
And you was wrong on that starting 5 too, Vince. I just looked it up.
Who was it?
Yeah, I got it here. Yeah.
So you was absolutely wrong. So
Who was it?
Point guard was Larry Hughes.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. Larry Hughes.
Wait, the 2009 or 2010 season? What?
Yeah, the 2007. Remember they got swept by
He said the 2007.
It was
Larry Hughes,
LeBron James, Dwayne Jones, Daniel and Agaskis. I mean, yeah.
And Agaskis, yeah.
But over my point, LeBron could take my mama, Diallo, your mama, and a couple of other mamas to the playoffs if he had. That's all I'm saying.
But could he win?
That's what I'm saying. He got enough to get there. Like with LeBron James on your team, East or West, he's gonna go to the playoffs. What I'm saying is, and he's gonna have to be 100% healthy, and they're gonna have to hit shots.
You think the same about a 37-year-old LeBron James?
I do. He impressive. I do.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna tell you, he might not be the best player ever, but he is definitely one of the best athletes ever.
Yeah, he's the best athlete ever.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm gonna say basketball player. He's
nah.
Basketball player, in my opinion. And the reason why I say that is because if you look at it when he retires, he's gonna be the stat stuffer.
But what about championship wise? Do you call somebody with championship wise better player?
So that's like you said, is Derek Fisher better than Derrick Rose?
But I'm gonna tell you what's gonna hurt LeBron.
It might. Derek Fisher. So do you think Derek in his role though? We're gonna say his role.
It depends.
And then Derrick Rose role. So Derrick Rose on the Lakers. You think he could have did what Derek Fisher did?
That's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough. And you got to look at this too. I know a lot of people don't like this argument, but your greats, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, they did it with the team they were drafted to. They didn't have to jump teams.
You missed one, Kobe Bryant too.
Oh yeah, Kobe Bryant, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson. They did it with who they was drafted with.
Yeah.
But it's a different time, Vince. And you got to think about it like this on the aspect too is a lot of them was locked into contracts. It was just a different time. And guess what? If you got cut, or if they wanted to trade you, now the players are the GMs now. Like if they don't want to be here, get me out of here. I want to go play with such and such. So it's a different time in my opinion.
So do you think the Brooklyn Nets are doing what Boston did to be Kobe? So the Brooklyn Nets are doing this to be LeBron?
I can see that, yeah.
Because KG and them did it to be Kobe.
Yeah, but it was more of it wasn't more of they wanted to go there per se. It was more of a lot of them. Minnesota was ready to get rid of KG. It was different, but they did definitely team up. Whereas like LeBron, like I'm going to South Beach.
Yeah,
it was like they was out of their primes a little bit, and they was trying to make stuff work. You know what I'm saying? Like with Ray Allen and Doc. I always give a credit to Doc, man, for Doc to be able to have them on the same regiment, and for Paul Pierce and KG to take the back seat, man. You got to give Doc that credit for that team, man, because a lot of people I don't think would have won with that team, to be honest with you.
Or Rondo took Rondo kept them together. Rondo, that's what people sleep on. Rondo was the one.
Playoff Rondo is a whole different animal.
Yeah, Rondo is nice. That's one player I'm gonna say that was nice. That I can say I looked up to. Rondo was nice.
But if you put Rondo in the Memphis Grizzlies, is Rondo gonna be Rondo?
No, Rondo need the talent, but he can keep the talent together though.
Okay, so let me ask you this: with Draymond, you know Draymond, my guy, Draymond would have went somewhere else like a Detroit Pistons. Would Draymond Green be?
He would have. I always lost this bet because I played when Draymond was in 17s with the family. I played 16s. I never thought Draymond was a pro. I never would have said Draymond would have been a pro. Like, I don't know what it was because that's just like saying if Dale went to Michigan State, you think Dale would have been a pro? And Draymond went to Western. Would Draymond would be a pro at Western?
But Draymond IQ was super high. That's a lot of credit that people don't give to Draymond. His IQ is out of this world. Like Denzel Valentine, his IQ is out of this world too.
But they went to the state though. They went to a top school. So if you put Draymond on Western, Dale on Michigan State, you think Dale go to the NBA?
Let's switch it.
Draymond doesn't.
Yeah, I don't think Draymond goes to the NBA. He don't.
Not from Western.
No way.
Let's switch it. Then we take K Fielder and make him go to Michigan State. Is K still gonna be the same K?
Hey, you know what's crazy? I talked to some people about that. K and Derek Walton, he switched their teams.
Yeah. You take K to Michigan and bring D. Walton to Oakland.
I don't think K would average what he averaged at Oakland because he around better players.
But Kalen Lucas did it. Why can't K do it?
K was different than Kalen. K was a scorer. Like, K was a straight scorer.
Kalen Lucas was a straight scorer.
I think K can score better than Kalen.
No, he can, but I'm just using the phrase of he was a scorer too.
Yeah, but I think K would have showed more of his point guard skills if he played with Michigan State. Because that's like Derek Walton. If you put Derek Walton on Western, Oakland, is Derek Walton a pro?
Possibly.
Okay, well, since we having this conversation, you take Jimmy King off the Fab Five, send him to Michigan State. Does he go to the NBA? Because he totally changed his role at Michigan.
Right.
He totally changed his role in Michigan. He's one of the top scorers. You take and put him at Michigan State. Does he go to the NBA?
I don't know. That's tough. That's tough.
He might have though, because he was a baller.
But I think Izzo keep his kids longer too, though.
And this is another point of, why kids got to go to college, and that's kind of could be ruining their chance to make it to the NBA, based on where they fit.
Yeah.
And that's why they should have a chance to, and that's why I'm glad that they did, like I said, like we've been saying in a couple of interviews, is that they did start this G League, and as long as you got the talent, you can make it to that and still get paid. So,
well, Craig, the G League has been going on. They just raised the price of how much you can make being a top player now.
Well, right, but you couldn't go into it without college, right? I think that just changed. Like you had to be 1 year removed.
You can skip college now and go to the G League.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
If you're a top player, it's easier for you to go now because college is different. Because college can break out. You got scouts in college. You got tape on college. So you might, in the G League, it's just open more. It's harder to play in college. You can scout somebody in college and make them look bad just because you watch so much tape on them. And it's like, he looked bad. So I think
we mind melting right now. Okay, because college, you got so many systems. I'm serious. You got so many systems and stuff like that. And you have to say that the NBA and G League is more open. Yeah. So then let's take that same question. Let's say Jimmy King doesn't go to college, goes to the G League.
He gonna be like Jalen Green. That's in the G League right now. Because his game is more open. He don't got to play against Duke and North Carolina in the tournament where they get to see you. These teams get to see you 15 times. So it's harder to score where my defense is on you, focus on you. The G League is multiple players who can play. So college is different. Like, that's why I like Kentucky, because he just put you in a system to play. And if you don't perform in your first year, you got to go because I got the next talent coming. So either you're going to sit or your minutes going to get cut.
Okay, so what you're saying is John Calipari by far is the best recruiter in college coaching.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
not the best coach.
He might be the best coach because he got high school kids. Ain't nobody. So
Mike Krzyzewski?
I'm about to say Duke for sure.
They neck and neck. They neck and neck
on the air. Because at one point in time, Coach K was from Derrick Rose to Tyreek Evans.
Right. So look, so in the NBA right now, Calipari got more pros than Coach K. Am I right?
I'm gonna have to look that up, but it could be possibly because
I'm gonna tell you how it is. Coach K don't produce no point guards other than Kyrie Irving and Trey Jones. What other point guards he produce in the NBA? Started with Cal in Kentucky.
Hurley.
RJ too.
RJ won a point guard. What point guards Coach K got in the league right now?
Oh, in the league
I
right
gave
now?
y'all two.
Trent Jr.
He not a point guard. I'm gonna give y'all Trey Jones and I'm gonna give y'all Kyrie. What other point guards do Coach?
Trent Jones. I thought he ran point.
Who is that? Trent Jones. They played for Portland. He played for Portland. Yeah. No, he won a point. Trey Jones' little brother was there. Y'all remember that?
Okay. Well, both brothers ran point.
Yep, that's three. That's only three people. Coach K don't produce no point guards. Y'all can't give me none.
I'm looking.
Yeah, y'all go ahead.
Jay Will's a part.
Yeah, y'all going to think about that one.
Reed, Nolan Smith, Justin. Well, these ain't Trey Jones.
That's in the league.
Yeah. Luke.
Okay. So now I want to blow your mind. Hold on, and I want you.
Quinn Cook get passed around.
He in the NBA though.
Yeah, he in the NBA, but how many Cal got? That's point guards.
You got more for sure.
Yeah. So y'all going because y'all gonna say Coach K win more, but Cal got high school kids playing against grown men. They skipping their senior year going to play.
But those kids that's coming there are grown men.
Oh, you said okay. That's your thing.
Yeah, a lot of them are grown men. But now this is a question I want to ask y'all. And this is a little off topic. UConn women, could they beat a lower level college boys team?
Yes.
Like
an Alcorn State. That's what you want to say.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. Because the strength level, girls can't get their shots off.
And listen to me, Diana Taurasi team that was at UConn can beat some men's basketball team. Maya Moore year team can beat some teams. Like, man, listen to me. Some of them girls is killers, man. Like Diana Taurasi and Maya Moore, I feel like they play in the NBA.
But they play. I think the girls are a little slower.
Yeah, but those girls are faster though. Like you could tell a big difference from them.
But
and
yeah,
the WNBA.
So that's one player though. You think she can make the impact like Alcorn State kids? They can't. They're not gonna score in the paint.
Alabama State, Alcorn.
Yeah.
You don't think they could beat none of them?
I don't know. So that's y'all saying woman is better than man.
I'm not saying that.
No. Those are elite women.
Yeah, super.
Yeah.
Simone Augustus is a bad man. There's some bad girls, man. And Diallo, you know this because you'll be watching the game and you like, she ain't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like she hit that like she like Melo or I don't. But I get your point too. Like the strong and being strong enough too, because that does take you a long way.
Yeah.
Wow, you might knock her training bra. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know that you know how they used to be filing, and I don't know. But then women have babies, so they take a lot of tough.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just go back to what you said, man. It's a physical thing, man. I just don't know, man.
I really believe that UConn
is even the worst player.
Alabama State, Alcorn State, UConn beats them.
Really?
I don't know.
I think so.
I don't know.
I'm with you on that one. I think they could be some D1 and maybe some lower D2s for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, you put it in the paint. Are they stopping that? Whatever guys down there?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
so that means they got to make all threes. That's what y'all saying. They're gonna make all threes.
Going to the range. Yeah, going to the rack, get five.
But can they get their shot off? Because it's so slower.
Let me ask you this: you don't think Brittany Griner is that the 6'8" girl who be dunking and all that?
Yeah.
You don't think she can play against guys?
They pushing her under the basket. I'm gonna say they pushing her around.
All right, what about
don't forget we're talking about Alcorn and Alabama State. And
yeah, but it doesn't mean just because they're still men at the end of the day, bro. What are we talking about right now?
I don't know. I think if you take one of those elite teams and go find maybe a D2 or 3, maybe D2 school, low D2. I'm not talking about like a Wayne State or because Diallo, you know some teams you be playing, you be like, did they just pick these kids up off the street?
Yeah,
like,
yes.
They not matching. They, I think if you put those, but if you're trying to put the UConn team versus like that Kyrie Irving Duke team or or when Marvin Williams and all them was playing, no, it's no competition at all.
Hold wait. Now don't forget I played in the OVC at Austin Peay State University. I'm saying SEIU, you kind of beat them.
Oh yeah,
UConn will beat them.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
About it too, Diallo, when we was playing that Reach, man. Reese and them was playing with us.
Reese was playing.
It was good getting off.
Yeah.
You're talking about a complete women's team against a men's basketball team. I guess I'm just assuming that they have some type of talent. I mean, they have some interest in basketball, so they know like a little bit what they're doing.
Like Skip said, I played against teams. I'm like, this dude where did they get this guy? This guy is not a college ball player.
Right.
Yeah. They're just trying to fill a roster to do it. So with that logic, yes. But if you're talking about like competing, like you said, the top women's team versus like that Duke team with Zion and RJ, it won't be close.
Yeah, nah.
With Diallo, man, it's been a pleasure, my brother. I appreciate you taking time out your day.
Yeah.
Kicking with us, man. You know, if you ever need anything from me, make sure you reach out.
For sure.
Got anything you want to promote, man? Anything going on that you want to talk about? Share your Instagram, socials, all that stuff.
My Instagram is Deon.Dismuke, so you can follow me on there. And Vince, I'm gonna need you for sure. For sure.
I got you.
So let me know what I need to do.
I got you. I'm gonna have him reach out to you.
My producer, pull from the hip 4/5, I'm the shooter. Dog, I do ya. But the two don't discriminate, cause I shoot the guy next to you.
I heard that podcast.